Tonight on Tech Talk Tonight, we're talking about the big DDoS attack going on and why it's not really affecting your internet, even though everybody's saying it is. What's going on with our subreddit of the week, and why aren't they doing too much to the Etsy? And Gavin, is bringing up the whole Turn the Table Tuesday thing on me and talking to me about a video game. So come and learn about that and more this week on Tech Talk Tonight.
This is Tech Talk Tonight, episode 80 for Wednesday, March 27th, 2013, Day Labor.
This is Tech Talk Tonight, episode number 80 already, Gavin. 80 of these we have done.
Hello, everybody.
Just taken a little too long to do 80 of them, I believe. But how are you? How's it going?
Our show is solidly in the really old category. It's about getting ready to die.
I love that that's playing still now when it wasn't playing before.
It just takes a while.
Things were going smooth. Everything seemed to be ready to go. And, now the recording's not working. And
wait, are we recording?
We are recording on this computer now as opposed to the other computer. And but studio updates, we got a couple fisheye lenses.
Like what?
Like this shot, which looks better if I go to this. It's just a little bit wider. Actually, I've got to crop it a little bit now.
How do I see this? I can't really.
Over there.
Oh, nice.
But,
and we've got in-studio music.
Yes, as normal.
Because we're starting an hour earlier this week.
It's true.
Because of my father's birthday party.
And is the birthday party actually today? Or is his birthday actually today?
No, it was 2 weeks ago.
Do you want to tell us how old he is? Would he want you to tell
he's in his 50s or something.
Live internet studio audience his age?
Carry the one. It's like 56, I think.
There's no ones in that.
Anyway,
indeed.
How's life for you? What's going on in the tech world? What's going on in your tech world?
My tech world personally, are you pitching the fact that I'm going to be doing a YouTube video a day come next month?
Wait, are you actually going to do this?
I am actually going to do this. I signed up for it today.
Wait, so where's that story? I don't even see it.
It's buried almost already. It is the
Veda.
SSSVEDA. I don't even know what that stands for. But
are you going to do that awesome thing where you get really short clips and you're all over the frame hello, my name is bloop, 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 bloop.
Yes.
Like Zay Frank. He really started that style, don't you think?
It's jump cutting.
Yeah, jump cutting. That's what it's called. I like having someone who knows what they're talking about. And
I like knowing what I'm talking about because that's what my lower third says.
Do you know that this website is SavvySexySocial.com?
Yes, I follow her on YouTube.
Oh, right.
So I actually brought it up on the show so you could talk me out of it, Gavin. Why should I not do this?
Well, because you're not under 14, first of all.
Okay, if you look at the other 35 people that are currently signed up for this, neither are they.
2, you're going to make a fool of yourself.
Probably.
I'm going to save all the videos that you make for
YouTube's going to do that for you.
Well, you can delete them.
I could, but you should save them. That's okay.
Yeah.
I'll throw them up there as blackmail material. I'm okay with this.
And I don't know. That's all I got. I think it would be interesting. I think video blogging is if you're entertaining, it's good. But if you're not, it's really bad.
Okay, so I just have to be entertaining.
Yeah, but that means you have to think of content every day. You have to come up with bits. What would your video blog be about?
Well, first off,
this is like a blog. You can't even handle a blog.
It's going to be about me.
No,
have a topic.
You need to first get your blog in order. Then you can do a video blog.
A topic that you're supposed to talk about each day. They have it already posted out on the Google Calendar and stuff.
Which is what?
Let's see here. I can scroll down here and show you. Here was the actual sign up, and then they've got all the people that are currently signed up and all their information. Then below that is the actual calendar, and let me jump ahead 1 month here. We are currently on that. Okay, good. But then they have okay, day 1, introduce yourself. Day 2, what would you do?
Oh, it's a Google Calendar.
Yeah, it's a Google Calendar.
Good job.
Yeah, they're doing it right, and that's the sign up and the sheet that's everybody's.
What would you do a second time?
What would I do a second time? And I think really what I'm going to do here is like record most of these in like one session.
No, you need to get you need to get a bit, right?
I need a bit.
An
Okay.
easily reproducible funky thing, but it's cool when you do it every single day. Like on Instagram the other day, I saw they were focusing on this couple that they travel all over the world.
Okay.
So every place that they were, they took this photo of like the guy's hand holding the girl, and then you could see the girl pulling. You saw it.
I saw that.
But you need something like that, but for your video, so people be like, "Oh, look, he's cool."
So you're saying that I need to be cool?
You need a shtick. You don't need to be cool. You can be stupid.
I'm pretty good at that.
What I would do is be like a Nick Offerman in the Parks and Rec. Just be like,
I don't watch
"Hello."
Parks and Rec. I don't know. Who
He's
Nick
just
Offerman is.
he's just very like low key and boring, and doesn't like to do anything. Hello, my name's Braden. I would do this again.
See, I want to be
Thanks.
the opposite of that. I think it could be a little bit more upbeat.
No,
than
but
that.
you can't be upbeat because the kids that are 10 years old out there can be more upbeat than you would be.
Rob in the chat room brings up a running thing, or there's a guy doing a running thing in a bunch of places. I'm interested in knowing what he's talking about.
You know what he's talking about?
No.
Oh, it's really good. So he like traveled around the world, and he just I think he just acts like he's running. Yeah, there it is. Play that. He just like runs in place, and it's got a musical background to it. It's super old, yeah.
I don't have the chat open on my.
Go to youtube.com/watch !V equals B
Okay, let me.
lowercase b capital N capital F.
Okay, the bad thing is I'm gonna do this. BNF _.
No, don't. No.
I'm halfway there.
Watch ? Here, I'll just
Two.
IM it to you. Are you an
One.
IM?
I'm already gonna have it done before you IM it to me. I've got it.
I bet you don't.
I do. It's right here. Look. Going. That, or I randomly picked a YouTube thing and it's playing.
You need to just skip to the middle to get into the shtick.
All right, so I'm jumping directly to the middle. I see a guy walking on the clouds.
Yeah, see, he does this little dancing thing.
So he just dances everywhere across the world? See, if I had the budget to like fly all over the world, that'd be great.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's like a dumb little dance, right? But he can replicate it everywhere.
Yeah. Does he have like other people doing the dance with him? Because that would be cool.
No. Anyway, you need that.
So I need a shtick.
Yes.
That's what you're telling me. I can come up with some type of shtick. I've back in high school I was called the prop comic. I think I got a lot of props around that I think that I could pull that off.
You were called the prop comic? No, you weren't. I was there. You were called the loser. Just kidding.
Ow. That hurt.
Wait, what? Did we just go offline? An ad just started playing for me.
Not from what I could see.
All right.
Anyway.
Continue. Yeah, you could be props. You could be proppy.
I got plenty of props around here. I'm going to come up with something. We'll try to make it entertaining, funny, whatever we have
That
to
audio
do.
isn't playing in the background of us, is it? It's muted.
What's muted?
Like the audio of the
movie right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I muted it.
Good job.
That's what I did.
Yeah, so you could do props. You could, I don't know. That's
I can
about
have a co-host.
I'm not doing that.
Or you could do your own.
Not gonna do that either. I'm just trying to get into blogging. But yeah, so what does your YouTube channel? This brings up the fact that we need a separate Tech Talk Tonight YouTube channel because you will put your personal stuff on your personal channel, but all the Tech Talk Tonights are still on your personal channel.
But with the separated out YouTube 1 channel, everything will be split out into its own timeline. Have you seen the new YouTube 1
I've heard
channel?
about it. It's just like playlists.
Yeah.
Big deal.
Have you been to the Tech Talk Tonight YouTube 1 channel?
No.
Well, it's
Is it
there.
cool?
It's pretty cool. We need an intro video.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
There's a video that plays just the first time that you view somebody's 1 channel.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be like, subscribe to my channel.
Yes. But instead you say, don't subscribe to my channel and I'll give you $1 million.
Anyway, speaking of subscribing to channels, this DDoS attack.
Yes, what's happening with this, Gavin? I'm very interested because I don't know any of the facts.
Oh, great.
And I tried to explain it to my wife and didn't have the facts to fill in, and I sounded like a noob.
Well, I think I'm going to sound like a noob too. But basically, there's Spam House, which is a spam list, and...
Okay, is Spam House the attacker or the attackee?
The attack... Wait.
Are
Well,
they
they're
doing
neither.
the attacking?
They're neither.
They're neither. Okay.
Because Cloudflare, who is the CDN for Spam House, is the attackee, technically.
Okay. Why are they so upset?
So this spammer is pissed that Spam House put them on a blacklist. So the spammer is DDoSing. Well, they were DDoSing Spam House initially, and then Spam House hired Cloudflare to keep them up. That's the intro, right?
Okay, so how is this basically
And they're not
slowing down the entire internet?
So because they're able to push so much data to Cloudflare, but Cloudflare is able to continue to push it up. Think of the internet as a kind of triangle, right?
A Bermuda
You've got
Triangle?
a triangle, and at the bottom you've got all of us, right?
Okay.
All of us normal people, and then you've got up higher, you've got all the traffic. If I'm trying to get a packet from one side of the world to the other, this is just theoretical.
All right.
A theoretical shape. So I'm trying to get it from one side to the other. It needs to go all the way to the top in order to be pushed down to the other side. And that's kind of the levels of ISPs. There's tier 1, and then there's the level 1 guys. And are we not?
No, you're still going. Good. I was
No,
trying to
our video stopped.
You're still going up there?
I think our video stopped. It is for me, at least. Oh, there we go. So Cloudflare is able to push the packets all the way to the top, and thus they're actually going to the level 1 switches, and it's slowing down the entire internet because terabytes of extra information are going through those top level switches. There's only 11 to 15 level 1 service providers.
Those are like the major nodes of the
Yeah,
internet?
those are the major guys.
Yeah.
AT&T, Verizon, etc.
Gotcha.
But they're not actually slowing it down. I didn't see any slowdown, did you?
Well, we did go back and forth a little bit today about the whole fact that the TweetDeck was going slow today.
Yeah, but was that related, or was it just Twitter being slow like normal?
Well, that could just be normal stuff too, or people tweeting about the fact that the biggest DDoS attack is going on.
So my question is, my no agenda mind is like, well, yeah, what does this matter? Like, it's not actually slowing me down. Like, they're averting the problem. Okay. How is this news?
I like you're using no agenda as an adjective now.
Yeah. It's true. Don't you agree? Like, how is this news?
Well,
It's the biggest ever, quote unquote, but like, what does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. Everyone's still working on the internet just fine.
I think it's probably a good sign, the fact that we have a strong enough infrastructure that something like this can go on, because this does seem like a major attack.
Well, and the one thing that Cloudflare, is it Cloudflare or Cloudfire? I don't really know. Anyway, the CDN, the one thing that they're saying is that a bunch of, if you get down into the technical things, which I can't explain now because I don't totally understand it, but basically there's like these DNS server type machines out there. There's thousands of them.
Yes.
And if they're configured incorrectly, an attacker can utilize that machine to generate packets, and thus they can generate more packets than they regularly could just using their own machine. So one of the problems is that all these machines out there are misconfigured, and they're allowing someone to take advantage of this pretty easily, fairly trivially. So they set up this website called...
I haven't seen the website.
the Open Resolver Project.
Okay. Like OpenDNS then.
OpenResolverProject.org. But you do not want an Open Resolver. So this is where you can look up your DNS resolver, whatever the heck that is, and it'll tell you if it's open or not. And if it's open, like a normal person won't go to this website. This is more for like IT professionals.
Okay, I got you.
But if your DNS resolver is open, that's bad, and you should fix it.
Okay.
That's really the point of the
So
story.
you're in charge of a major network
Put your IP into this thing.
and hope that it's not also a scam.
Hope that it's not a scam. Anyway, that was big news today. I don't know.
It was big news.
The story from Cloudflare is quite interesting. It talks about how the internet works and how this happened and why it happened and why. I mean, honestly, I don't think anyone actually. I don't think the internet slowed down for anyone. Like, there aren't confirmed instances of people slowing down. All the news networks are just saying it could slow down the internet, right?
I'm currently not able to get onto our own subreddit.
Oh, well, maybe they're DDoSing us now.
It could be. We started talking about them, and it triggered right away. So
Anyway,
therefore-
in happier news, Plants vs. Zombies 2 is launching this summer.
See, now I was going to bring this up. This feels like a Turn the Table Tuesday right here. And the fact that it's you bringing up a game. Why are you so excited about this game in particular?
Because Plants
Gavin?
vs. Zombies is the best. This is the game that... The reason why I wanted an iPhone was for Plants vs. Zombies.
Okay, let me blow your mind.
I know, it was on Windows before iPhone or something.
No, I've never played Plants vs. Zombies.
Okay. Is that what you're
Never.
blowing my mind?
Yes.
You need to play it. It's really fun.
Well, should I just wait for 2 to come out now?
No.
I
You
should-
need to play the original.
I need to play the original, then I
and
can
then,
play 2.
Because the problem, which actually I would say that's the worst thing about the original Plants vs. Zombies, is that it's fairly easily beatable, right?
There is an end game.
Well, you get to the end of the normal stuff. I guess this is probably common in video games, but you get to kind of the end of the normal game, and then you can then they just added on some BS. Like, you can keep playing stuff, and you get
achievements,
and
awards,
BS.
yeah.
But basically, the game's played, right?
Gotcha. Now, is this something I can just go on YouTube and watch the ending of, like BioShock Infinite, like I did this week already?
No. What is this BioShock Infinite?
BioShock-
I
okay.
only pay attention to silly, trivial games.
BioShock is a huge game because it's okay. So this is the second of
So
a series.
tell me what BioShock means. Is it shocking my biology?
Not far off. They have in this game. They're called. Ooh, what did they call them? Essences? No, spice. You get magical powers. They're morphing your biology. That's where the whole BioShock stuff comes in.
Mhm.
And it's he gets different superpowers. Like he's able to possess machine turrets. Spit fireballs, send electrical shock things, and it's just a different game mechanic to move the story along and stuff.
Real cool.
It
Sounds the exact same thing.
it's the same old first-person shooter stuff. But the thing with the BioShock games themselves is the story that goes along with it. In this story, BioShock Infinite, you are in this. I'm gonna call it a dystopian future. It takes place in Colombia.
Colombia.
Which is a flying city.
Colombia.
And
I know how to say that because of Modern Family.
All right,
Colombia.
got it.
Anyway.
Colombia is a flying city.
Oh, Columbia, Ohio.
No,
Oh.
it doesn't give a state because it's up in the air.
Oh.
The first BioShock was a city completely underwater. This one's completely in the air, and it's like this. If the South had won type deal, like they almost give like godlike virtues to George Washington, Benjamin Franklin, and Thomas Jefferson. And there's some storyline there that I don't actually know the whole storyline.
Wait, Thomas Jefferson is actually in it?
Yeah. He's like one of the founding fathers that came part of these three.
Because for
Anyway.
anyone watching, Braden, if you ever see Thomas Jefferson in a chat, that's him.
Yes.
I've outed him.
I
Anyway, continue.
Okay. But they demonize Lincoln. And there's a lot of racial overtones to this story.
Interesting. Okay, so story, blah, blah, blah.
Big
Basically,
story.
it's just a first-person shooter news story.
Yes. New story as in, what story are we going to next, Gavin?
Subreddit of the week,
Our
I think.
subreddit of the week. Is it going to play? Really? It'll play like in a second when we don't want it to. Anyway, back to us.
Oh, there it goes.
Awesome. Our subreddit of the week is r/Etsy this week, which I can't pull up currently because it seems
You have to
off.
capitalize the E.
I have. I can't get the
ETSY. I think you're misspelling it.
I'm
It's
good.
not. It's not ETC.
Sending request. I'm being DDoSed. No, I seriously can't get this
So
thing to go
slash
on the webpage.
Etsy is a subreddit about llamas.
No, it's about crafts and people selling their crafts, but it's a direct correlation to the actual Etsy.com page, and it's just people posting. Oh, no, I actually be going on my computer now. It's just reposting the stuff that they're already posting on Etsy to sell. How is that beneficial to Reddit? You tell me this. This is why I didn't contact them. This is why I didn't post in their thing, because I don't think their subreddit is that good.
So you're judging the subreddit.
I am judging the subreddit. They didn't do a lot with the CSS of the page. There isn't a whole lot
So
to it.
in their rules, they say this is a place for discussion and conservative criticism.
Okay.
You may post shameless plugs for items created or sold by you, a friend, or family, but please no more than twice a day.
Twice a day.
Please don't submit blog posts that do nothing but link to the Etsy listing. So, yeah, part of me says this is just an SEO haven of people just trying to get links to their Etsy stuff.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, well, there are no comments on most of them as well.
Right. There's nothing to this page. There's only 6 people there right now. I mean,
but they have 5,000 readers. That's not.
Okay, the Tech Talk Tonight subreddit doesn't have 5,000 readers, but sometimes we have 6 people sitting on it. 6 users are there at a time, which I don't know what computers I left logged in somewhere else, but that's not all me.
So you think that people just see Etsy and subscribe because they don't actually look at the content?
Yeah.
Well, if you go to the top of all time, you've got some things with a lot of comments.
I have this item sold out March 18, 2013, and it was a cutting board. They're made to look like the mail icon. It's a nice cutting board, but why is this the #1 thing?
Because there's a lot of comments, maybe. There's a discussion. But even that's not a good discussion for in Reddit terms.
32 comments? That's not huge. 79 points. I mean... That's not a lot.
It says 80 for me. Apparently, one of our watchers have just upvoted
Somebody
it.
upvoted it in the meantime. Oh, it's 82. Whoa, that's weird.
Hey, it's the Tech Talk Tonight bump.
I guess, but it was submitted 5 months ago. Who's still voting on this? I didn't even think those votes counted that much anymore. Like after it's been submitted for so long.
Well, they like normalize it or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Okay, I'll agree with you. This subreddit gets the old yeah,
I think that's how we have to go with this. There, we're back. And yeah, we need the ad dragon to promote this one because the Diamond Club's subreddit wasn't huge. They seem to have a bigger Google Plus following, I think. But yeah, it was the promo dragon actually, Rob, I believe.
So speaking of things we hate, 9 things that will disappear in our lifetime. You posted this, Braden. You defend it. Since I had to defend Etsy.
Fine. I didn't really post it to defend it. I was just going to basically go through these 9 things and basically say how technology is going to replace them. That's
okay, and
I
will counter these arguments. Let's go through them quickly.
All right. Okay.
The post office.
The post office. We're going to get all of our mail sent to the photo thing to where they take pictures of it and email you the photo of the actual.
Not gonna happen.
All
because
right,
people not as rich as you need to be able to submit their taxes, and that's the reason why.
But the post office, if they
people not as rich as you need to get their bills. That's why the post office will never go away. They may reduce delivery, which I believe they're going to do.
They already have. They're no longer delivering on Saturdays.
Oh, I thought they were just talking about that.
No, they found some loophole or whatever.
It always is going to be there. Plus, it's in the Constitution.
All right, I don't even know what the second one is, to be honest.
The check. They're saying checks are going to go away.
Like check as in...
Like a paper check.
A paper check? Well, I don't use checks. Do you use checks?
I have a checkbook. Yeah.
I have a checkbook, but I don't use it.
Yeah, but... So they'll become less used, but they're not going to go away. This argument is saying that in Britain, they're saying that there's going to be no checks by 2018. They're putting a lie.
No, this one I even know for a Red Book prediction because I predicted this back in high school. It's all going to be on our phone. We're going to have a square-like device.
What about people who don't have a phone?
Going to have one soon.
I don't think checks are going away.
Cell phone will be the primary.
Okay.
I don't know.
Next
something
is
like
the
that.
newspaper. That's never going away, even though they say it's going
It
to.
already has gone away.
No, it's not. Do you know how many people get the newspaper? A ton of people. And the newspaper is the last place where people will actually pay for their news.
We have all of
Unlike you, people online who are freeloaders.
True. Yes. Hang on. This is why it's going to go away in our lifetime. Because we will outlive the baby boom. And the baby boom is what's holding on to all these things.
No.
Yes.
I am holding on to these things too. Katie and I were just
Baby
discussing whether we
boomers
should get a
and
paper.
Gavin. Which paper?
Well, I would get the Wall Street Journal.
Why not just get it online? You were
Because
in
you have
front
to
of
pay
that
for it.
computer screen a lot more than you would be in front of a physical paper.
There's a difference when you actually have the paper delivered to you. There's some guilt as
you
to
have
that
to
you've
read
paid for it, so you want to read it. So you
So-
at least like read an article about it, and the Wall Street Journal has high quality articles. So that's why I would do that.
So really, you just want more guilt in your life.
Basically. Yeah.
All right. Katie's bringing up good points in the chat room.
Serendipitous reading. That is a good point, Rob. So this is an alternate tangent that like we tailor our news online to what we want to read.
True.
And I am the worst offender of this. Like I don't know anything that's happening other than in the tech world often, right?
Yeah,
like
the same way.
this Supreme Court thing, I didn't know that was happening because I don't follow any political things. But that is bad.
But you do follow some political things.
Maybe.
Yeah, some. The book is the same for the newspaper. The same arguments will be
Music,
made there.
television, the things that you own. They're saying that like everything's going to become a subscription service. I don't think it's going to go all that way. I think there's going to be a balance. People still like to hold things. People still buy CDs, even though you can buy things digitally.
What was the last CD you bought?
Well, I've never bought a CD. So,
All right.
and then finally, privacy. They're saying basically that there are cameras everywhere, so people know where you are, and you can't go off the grid. Which that is harder to do, but in the this is a British produced blog.
Yes, it was.
That's harder to do in Britain because it's a smaller area. I think you can go to the middle of Missouri and no one's going to see you. And if you have your cell phone off okay, you're off the grid.
I feel like there's an argument there, but I want to go to Doug's argument in the chat room. Blech. But when you read the paper, you read the stories that the editor wants you to read. Now, this is countering your argument of you're only reading tech stories online.
Yes, but the editor is only putting in stories that he thinks will be interesting for me to read. Are you implying that the editor has a political agenda? Because that's always been true.
Yes.
That's why I would get the Wall Street Journal and not the I'll stop there.
All right. So, are you saying that you're reading stories for your own political agenda? Perhaps you don't have an agenda. You would have
We have no
agenda.
Hey, this thing. Anyway, this article is interesting. We'll need to post it. I think it's gotten a lot of. I think it's all wrong, but hey,
Do you have a landline telephone?
I actually want to get one.
I want to get one just so Andrew would answer the phone sometimes. But
Well, yeah, that is a problem. That like when Katie's parents each have a cell phone, but they'll often not get it. So then we can call their landline phone, and if they're home, they'll pick up the landline phone
Right.
because you can't mute the landline phone. That's really all you need, a phone that you can't mute and you can't lose.
And stays charged.
I think for that reason alone, landline phones will stay alive.
And technically, they're safer. Like if the whole cell phone network went down or whatever.
Blah, blah.
In
like that situation where like everything's down and like you can only get a phone call out on the landline, like you've got bigger problems.
I'm confused as if Doug is saying that the baby boomers are greater than him,
I think he's saying that.
or he's saying that he is a baby boomer. I'm not sure. Anyway,
He is baby boomers. Doug is multiple baby boomers
in one.
in one person.
Okay.
I've been saying this since high school. Doug is multiple baby boomers. I don't know.
All wrapped into one. could
The
be the
best.
offspring of some baby boomers.
Blah blah blah. What else we got? We only have a few more articles here. Jeff Bezos, boring.
Jeff Bezos, who's that?
You posted something about Jeff Bezos.
Oh, the new patent inventions, tablets. Oh, okay. So this whole idea is that the next tablets and stuff devices that are going to come out won't have batteries and processors in them. It'll all be done wirelessly. So wireless batteries are like the big hokey thing. Like, will that ever be something?
Wireless
some days?
batteries.
Wireless batteries.
That sounds dangerous.
It does. It sounds like we're going to be irradiated even more than we are with our 2.4 gigahertz or whatever, the same as a microwave. Anyway, it's a cool little article. It's not something we really need to go into much more than other than the fact that the tablets will be even lighter and last longer because they won't actually have to be weighted down with the whole, battery and processor stuff.
Speaking of weighted down, actually, that's a horrible transition. Did you see? We're going to talk about my very geeky blog post. You said.
Yes. I call it. Wait, it was done in a true geek form, is how I think I put it. But
why do you say that?
It's the mere fact that you're using a web app to manage your house.
So yeah, Trello is awesome. I've talked about this a lot. It's worked really well for our house stuff because we can track anytime we have an idea of something we want to do. It goes into Trello. It's like the pit of things.
I want to eat cookies. Is that on there?
No.
Feed
Anyway, have
the
you used Trello before?
I haven't.
You should play around with it.
Would you say that I could keep like a running list of all the problems that we have with the studio in it and try to fix them?
Yeah.
That'd
be really
a
good.
idea.
Because you can make, so a card is like an issue, right? And then there are boards. There are multiple boards.
Right.
So and then you name the boards. So you could have like, this is built for like software teams, really.
Yeah.
So like you have issues, features, and then in progress, and then finished. Right? Is usually what people do, and so as you had issues, you would put issues, and then working on, and then you can have check boxes of things you need to do. So it makes it really nice that you can, there's the theory that like if a task is too big, you'll avoid doing it because you just don't know how to start it.
Yeah.
You can take those tasks and put them into a check mark list. What am I trying to think of?
Tally list? I don't know.
A list,
something that's
a
forcing
list
you
of
to
smaller
do it.
things, and you can start with the first thing. You're like, oh well, the first step is to measure this board, right? I can do that.
Oh, like you're breaking it down by steps.
Yeah,
then,
exactly.
okay.
Instead of like being like, I need to paint the entire house, right? Well, what's the first step? The first step is to
buy paint.
Well, I would say the first step is to measure your house so that you can buy paint, right?
All right.
So the first step is measure. I have 5 minutes. Maybe it takes longer. I have 20 minutes here this evening. I can measure my house. Suddenly you're on step 2 of that huge thing that was really rough before.
I would think step 2 is hire somebody to paint your house.
Yeah, and so I tweeted that out, and some of my Twitter followers, my friend Matt Gornick, tweeted out that, hey, some of those items you can do with TaskRabbit. Have you heard of TaskRabbit?
No, but I was going to bring up the other ones that you talked about in your blog post. 2 others that you looked at, you mentioned at the very beginning. Now, would those specifically like...
So those are like sites that are built for like
house management and stuff?
House management.
Because you were saying at the end that you like it wasn't suggesting things that you should be doing for the house or whatever, right?
Yeah, so one of them, Nest Bright, something like that, basically like will email you ideas on things to do, right? Like, which is kind of nice, but kind of shady also.
Okay.
So they'll be like...
Was it like giving you like, you should buy bulbs from Home Depot and...
Not that blatant, but it would be like, you should do these 3 things. Replace this filter, inspect this, do this. Oh, by the way, you could buy it here.
Nice.
But it was good tips, right? But I don't know. And then the other one was just not really full-featured enough. It's just that Trello works really well for it, surprisingly.
Okay, so you were going into TaskRabbit. What's TaskRabbit?
TaskRabbit is like a service that you can hire just normal people. Normal people go onto TaskRabbit and become like TaskRabbit people, employees, I guess. And then you can hire them to do small tasks for you, like go pick up my dry cleaning, or, those weird tasks that sometimes you just don't have time to do if you're really busy. I'm not really that busy, so I don't have that problem. But like,
Now, is this like when... Okay, we'll go back to I need to paint my house. Is this kind of like when I drive down to Hope Depot and be like, I need 2 people, and they jump in the back of the pickup truck, and you get day laborers for the day?
I think you could do that, but you don't.
This is essentially the online version of that.
You agree on the task beforehand, right? So you both agree.
That's what you're doing at the Home Depot parking lot.
Okay. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's totally a thing.
I don't think that's a thing.
I'm resisting saying the word Mexican, but that's where this whole thing stems from.
That's not a thing, and you really went there. All right. Anyway,
I did.
TaskRabbit, but TaskRabbit isn't in St. Louis yet. But
where is it? Is it down south? Is it in Texas a bunch?
No, it's in Chicago, New York. You know, the big cities. No, it's a really good service.
I believe you. This is the part where we lost it, folks.
I think we hit it on the show. Oh gosh.
Well, Gavin, that was very informative. Everybody go read Gavin's blog at gavinr.com. I think we should just end it there, don't you? We're done with
that's
stories
everybody.
anyway.
Check us out on iTunes. Vote us up, and
we could definitely use some reviews over on iTunes.
Follow our Twitter to find out when things go live. Braden's doing a better job about posting things when he posts the actual show.
That was one of the little stories I had else. Like, when are you supposed to post on Twitter? When is the best time to post on Twitter?
In the morning, when employees are getting into their day jobs and they're bored.
Like Monday between 8 and 10 a.m. or something like that. So we need to like post all the time during that time. That's what I'm going to try to do. We'll schedule it. We'll do something. Anyway.
Where should people find you, Braden?
They should go find me over at, I think BradenH.com is actually forwarding to the Tech Talk Tonight webpage right now. I messed something up on GoDaddy that I started to fix today and got distracted. I'll go and fix that soon and, get the blog rolling so I can, have the blog in good standing.
You can put your video blog in your blog.
I could do that.
2 birds with 1 stone. That's what I heard someone say that once.
Was that Ben Franklin?
Yes. Thomas Jefferson, actually.
Was it?
No, I don't know.
Anyway, Gavin, where can they find you on
GavinR.com, Twitter.com/GavinR, and follow us on Twitter, Tech Talk Tonight, but I think all of you already do. So we will see you guys next week.
We'll see you next Wednesday. And go to YouTube and subscribe. We're trying to up the subscribers there as well. So awesome there. Once again, thank you to everybody in the chat room. Even if you're in the chat room and sitting in my living room at the same time, we thank you especially. And this has been Tech Talk Tonight.
Adios. Tech Talk Tonight is brought to you in front of a live Peon audience.